Diana and Sue and Rebecca and all of those. Dawn Staley as a player. Where does it go? Can it continue to climb, and will it climb on the back of now Paige Bueckers?
Caitlin Clark, often called the Golden Girl of basketball, recently shared some surprising news. She received an incredible $1 million contract offer from a brand new league called the Unrivaled League. This offer was meant to make her the face of their league and attract fans with her talent and star power. But here's where things get really interesting. Caitlin didn't just reject the offer. She turned it down without even hesitating. This decision has left the Unrivaled League in complete shock. They had pinned their hopes on Caitlin to be their biggest marketing asset and bring in fans, attention, and credibility to their league. Losing her has thrown a wrench in their plans and created a dramatic twist in the story. Now, the league is scrambling to figure out how to move forward without the star they desperately wanted to showcase their vision.
She'll be the biggest female star ever because she can pull up from the parking lot.
She is a killer. She is stone cold.
Caitlin, man, she's a phenomenon.
She's the best female collegiate player ever.
Caitlin Clark is capable of magical things.
She is the most prolific scorer in the history of college basketball.
Kobe Bryant with a ponytail.
It is just awesome watching what she is doing and what she represents.
Her game speaks for itself.
She can just flat out play.
When you can shoot, that travels.
When you're Caitlin Clark, basketball isn't just a game, it's a strategy. She's not just playing on the court, she's making big moves that impact the entire sports industry. Caitlin doesn't need to join a questionable or lesser-known league to stay in the spotlight. Her name alone keeps her relevant and at the center of attention. Still, her recent decision has everyone talking. The buzz started when Caitlin turned down a massive $1 million contract offer from the new Unrivaled League. To put it into perspective, this offer was worth double what she currently earns playing in the WNBA. Naturally, this raised a lot of questions. Why would she say no to such a lucrative deal? Was she being rude or dismissive? Or is there a deeper reason behind her choice that we don't fully understand yet? Fans and analysts alike are wondering if Caitlin's decision hints at something bigger, like her long-term goals or her perspective on how athletes should be valued. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear: Caitlin Clark is playing her own game, and she's playing it brilliantly.
For anyone questioning the Caitlin Clark effect, we now have people wanting to watch golf because of her. We saw the kind of offer that Ice Cube made to Caitlin to play in the Big Three. That is $5 million to play 3 months.
Before we get into the details, let's clear one thing up. Caitlin Clark didn't turn down the $1 million offer because she's lazy, unmotivated, or afraid of a challenge. She turned it down because she knows her value. This isn't about arrogance. It's about self-awareness. Caitlin understands exactly what she brings to the table, and she's not willing to settle for anything less than what she truly deserves. While the Unrivaled League might be a big step forward for women's sports, it's just not on Caitlin's level. To her, it's another opportunity that doesn't meet her high standards. Think about it. Caitlin just came off a year where she completely changed the way people see star athletes. She didn't just play basketball. She elevated the game to new heights. Her presence alone helped the WNBA reach record-breaking numbers in viewership, ticket sales, and merchandise revenue. She put women's basketball on the map in a way no one else has before. Her incredible performances with the Indiana Fever transformed a struggling team into a serious contender. Caitlin isn't just a player, she's a game changer, both on and off the court now. Imagine offering her $1 million to play 9 weeks of 3-on-3 basketball. It's a nice gesture, but let's be honest, it doesn't come close to what she's worth. Caitlin's impact goes far beyond the court, and she knows it. That's why she's holding out for something bigger and better. Let's take a moment to talk about the Unrivaled League. On the surface, it sounds like an amazing opportunity. The league offers short seasons, high salaries, and a unique format that's designed to shake up the traditional way basketball is played. It's pitched as a game changer for women's sports, and for many players, it probably feels like a dream come true. But here's the thing, it's not the right fit for Caitlin Clark. She doesn't need to prove herself in a flashy 3-on-3 exhibition league. While the format might be fun and exciting for fans, it's not Caitlyn's true stage. Caitlyn thrives in full court, 5-on-5 battles where the stakes are high. She shines brightest under the pressure of big games, intense competition, and bright lights. She's at her best when she's competing against the world's top players, not in a gimmicky showcase. For Caitlyn, basketball is about more than just playing. She's focused on the bigger picture. Her goals include leading her WNBA team to a championship, inspiring the next generation of athletes, and helping to grow the game of basketball on a global scale. She's not interested in being part of a novelty act or taking part in something that feels like a sideshow. Caitlyn is building a legacy that goes far beyond basketball. She wants to be remembered as someone who elevated the sport, broke barriers, and changed the game for future players. Joining the Unrivaled League might sound tempting, but it doesn't align with her vision. Caitlyn isn't just playing for the moment. She's playing for history.
And I'm so happy for her to get the $28 million.
The Unrivaled League may be celebrating itself for offering some of the highest salaries in women's sports, but let's not pretend they were being generous. The truth is, they wanted Caitlyn Clark for one reason: she's a marketing superstar. Even the league's president, Alex Bazel, admitted as much when he called her an outlier who can bring in huge numbers. Translation? We need you to make this league relevant. Without Caitlyn, the Unrivaled League is just a flashy new idea that's missing its biggest draw. Her decision to turn them down isn't just about money, it's a powerful statement. Caitlyn is letting the world know that she won't settle for being treated like a gimmick or just another marketing tool. The reality is that the WNBA already underpays her with a 4-year contract worth $338,500. So why would she settle for a 3-on-3 league that's more about spectacle than substance? Caitlyn Clark isn't interested in being part of a novelty act. She's here to do so much more, to dominate on the court, inspire future generations, and lead the sport to new heights. By rejecting the offer, Caitlyn made it clear that she knows her worth, and she's playing for something bigger than quick money. She's focused on building a legacy, not just making headlines.
Caitlyn Clark snags another honor. She's made the Forbes 30 under 30 list. Clark, who is just 22 years old, is the only professional women's basketball player on this list.
The real power move here is Caitlyn Clark turning down the $1 million offer. By doing so, she's proving that her value goes far beyond just money. In fact, Caitlyn already makes more from her endorsement deals than she ever could from playing in the WNBA or the Unrivaled League. Major brands like Nike, Gatorade, and Beats by Dre are eager to work with her because they see something the league seems to have missed. She's not just a great player. She's the future of basketball. Caitlyn's influence isn't limited to women's sports. She's breaking barriers across the entire sports world. She's more than an athlete. She's a phenomenon, inspiring fans and shaping the game in ways that go beyond the court. As for her decision to decline the offer, Caitlyn said she needed rest. On the surface, that might seem like a polite excuse, but if we look closer, there's more to the story. Caitlyn's choice reflects her priorities and her understanding of her worth. This isn't just about taking a break. It's about making moves that align with her long-term goals and values.
Higher than the NBA. So I was like, oh, what's she going to get paid? Because finally, you can get a real paycheck. And then I saw it and I was like, this can't be right. Because this is what it is. In the first year, Caitlyn Clark will earn $76,535.
The truth is, Caitlyn Clark has been pushing herself to the limit for years. Between intense NCAA seasons, heartbreaking championship losses, the WNBA draft, and leading the Indiana Fever to their best season in nearly a decade, she's earned the right to take a break. But let's be honest, rest isn't the only reason she turned down the Unrivaled League's offer. Caitlyn knows her time is better spent focusing on bigger goals, like preparing for the 2025 season and chasing a WNBA championship, something the Unrivaled League simply can't offer. While she's taking time to recharge, both the WNBA and the Unrivaled League are left scrambling. Her absence makes it clear these leagues need Caitlyn far more than she needs them. They've built entire marketing campaigns around her, calling her the face of the sport. Yet, despite all that, they haven't managed to meet her where she's at. A $1 million contract might sound like a lot, but for someone like Caitlyn, it's not just about the money, it's about respect. By turning it down, she sent a clear message: I know my worth, and it's much more than what you're offering.
She doesn't need to play for that whack job. She should just buy Unrivaled. Exactly. Kayla gives that type of bag. Sissy probably isn't this vindictive, but if it was me, if they wanted me outside, I'll demand a full retraction and apology from Gino for his comments on the Dan Patrick Show, which we'll get to that in a hot second.
Caitlin Clark's decision to turn down the $1 million offer brings attention to a bigger problem: the ongoing fight for fair pay in women's sports. For years, female athletes have faced a tough choice: follow their passion or secure financial stability. Caitlyn's choice wasn't just about her. It was a bold challenge to the system, pushing leagues, sponsors, and decision-makers to rethink how they value women athletes. Here's the truth: if you want top talent, you have to pay for it, and not just in money, but in opportunities, respect, and recognition. The Unrivaled League tried to lure Caitlyn with a $1 million deal for just 10 weeks of play in Miami. On paper, it seemed like the ultimate win-win, potentially one of the biggest contracts in women's sports history. But Caitlyn still said, "No, thank you." Some fans, particularly those who followed Caitlyn during her college days, disrespected WNBA players by claiming she would dominate the league right away. There were even odds predicting her as a frontrunner for MVP. But Caitlyn isn't just any player. She's a superstar, and the Unrivaled League's offer wasn't just about basketball. It was about her marketability. The Unrivaled League, co-founded by WNBA stars Nafisa Collier and Breanna Stewart, is designed to shake up professional basketball with high salaries, a shorter season, and an exciting 3-on-3 format. For many players, this setup is a dream. But Caitlyn isn't like most players. She's a once-in-a-generation talent who has leagues scrambling to get her attention. Even the league's president, Alex Bazell, admitted anyone in our position would 100% want Caitlyn. She's a player who doesn't just participate, she turns games into must-watch events. Her incredible passing, court vision, and ability to shoot from way beyond the arc would have been perfect for the league's fast-paced style. Her addition could have boosted the league's credibility overnight, but Caitlyn knows her worth. Turning down $1 million wasn't about rejecting a lifeline, it was about setting her own standard. For her, that offer wasn't the finish line, it was just the starting point. The league didn't just want Caitlyn for her talent. They wanted her because she's a star who brings fans, sells tickets, and drives TV ratings. They even considered offering her a deal tied to the league's growth, like Lionel Messi's contract in soccer. At the end of the day, Caitlyn's value isn't measured in dollars, it's measured in the impact she's already made. At just 22 years old, she's already changed the game. While the Unrivaled League will move forward without her, it won't be the same. And while the WNBA continues to celebrate her, they'll need to step up their game if they want to keep her long-term. As for Caitlyn, she'll keep doing what she does best, proving doubters wrong, making history, and inspiring the next generation. Because when you're Caitlyn Clark, you don't settle for anything less than greatness.